Hey Hart fans, thanks for tuning in. Butch Hartman here. Don't forget we do videos 3 times a week now, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Please hit that subscribe button down below because you will be super cool just like me with these glasses. And why am I wearing the glasses today? Well, very good question. They're very Hollywood looking. And I have for you a Hollywood story. It's a story of intrigue and a story of high stakes. A story where lives are endangered. No, it's really not a story like that. It involves a little movie I worked on a long time ago, and it's called Doogal. D-O-O-G-A-L, Doogal. Doogal was based on the Magic Roundabout from England. You know how we have Sesame Street here in the United States? Oh, Cookie Monster, and hey everybody, this is your old pal Grover. You know, Sesame Street, right? So Sesame Street's a big, big show here in the US. And over in England, they had a show called the Magic Roundabout. And the Magic Roundabout was about a magic merry-go-round. A merry-go-round in England is called a roundabout. That's right, class, well done. So the Magic Roundabout had all these characters in it. Doogal, this little fuzzy dog, was one of the characters. And a lot of you probably never thought I'd talk about this. I've talked about it a couple times on my podcast, Speech Bubble. You can check that out. I do have another channel. Check out my channel, Speech Bubble. All kinds of cool podcasts we've done over there. But this story involves me and a guy named Harvey Weinstein. That's right, you may have heard of Harvey Weinstein lately in the press. That's all I'll say about that. This goes back to the year about 2005. And in 2005, I was working on Fairly Odd Parents. It was doing really, really well. You've heard of that show, Fairly Odd Parents. Cosmo, Wanda, Poof, Timmy Turner, Vicky, Doug Dimmadome, Mom, Dad, Mr. Crocker, Foop, Anti-Fairies, Chester, AJ, Trixie, Veronica. She hasn't been on for a while. But you get the idea, right? You know what I'm talking. Dark Laser, Chip Skylark, yes, that show, that's the show. Dr. Rip Studwell, that's the show. Anyway, worked on that show for a long time, and I was working on Danny Phantom as well. So I get a call from my big Hollywood agent, right? Let me put the glasses on, this means big Hollywood call. So my Hollywood agent calls me, and they're like, hey Butch, I'm like, yes, and by the way, these phones did not exist at the time. And they're like, hey, Harvey Weinstein wants to talk to you. And I was like, okay. What you say to that call is okay. So at the time, Harvey Weinstein had already produced some of the biggest movies in Hollywood, like Shakespeare in Love and Good Will Hunting. I think he worked on Crouching Tiger. I think Miramax was involved. Anyway, a lot of big movies. Harvey Weinstein was rocking and rolling. When Harvey Weinstein calls you back then, you're like, okay, sure, I'll go have this meeting. So I went to this hotel to meet Harvey Weinstein. He was with my agent, and we went into this room. It was me, my agent, and Harvey, and we're sitting there talking, and he says, and he kind of had a voice like this. He says, hey, I've got this movie I want you to make. Did you watch the tape? What it was an animated movie that Harvey Weinstein had bought from England, and it was already completed. It was an already completed animated movie. And I had watched the Magic Roundabout movie the night before, watched the whole thing. And he goes, what'd you think? And it was a beautiful looking animated film. Like, just imagine a Pixar movie of the Magic Roundabout. And it was one of the most boring movies I'd ever seen. That was a very boring movie. And I said, well, it was pretty boring, Mr. Weinstein. And he's staring at me, and he's smoking a cigarette. The place was filled with smoke. He says, I think so too. How would you fix it? And I'm like, what do you mean by that? He says, well, you've got to rewrite some of the dialogue because it's an English movie. I've got to make this film for an American audience. And at this point, I've got one of two decisions to make. I can either have an idea or have no idea. How many of you in this situation would have an idea or have no idea? Raise your hand. I can't tell. I mean, would you have an idea? Or would you have no idea? Okay, I always want to tell you guys this. Always have an idea in your back pocket. Always be ready to go. When someone says, what do you think? What's your idea? If it's a creative situation, always have an idea. It will always, always help you. Fortunately for me, I had an idea. If you watched the original videotape that I watched, when all the characters spoke, they talked with English accents like this. No problem with the accent, but they were saying a lot of like English expressions. Pip pip cheerio, top of the morning, mate. Oh, I'm ship shape in Bristol fashion. Things like that the average American wouldn't understand or wouldn't know or care about. So I had to watch this movie and rewrite every line of dialogue in my own way with my own jokes, but I had to keep to the timing of the original mouth movements. Meaning, if Doogal said, well, hello, good morning, everyone. How are we all doing? Pip pip cheerio. I had to say, hey, everybody, how's it going? What are you guys doing today? And I had to kind of fit all that into his existing animation. So I had to watch this entire movie and to change every single line, yet keep the story cohesive. I wasn't allowed to change or edit the movie in any way. Had to keep it funny and kind of had to stick to the original story of what was already there. It was definitely working in a giant straitjacket. It was one of those movies where I was grateful for the experience, but I couldn't change anything. And then I had to revoice the movie using American actors. We used Jon Stewart as the villain. We used William H. Macy as one of the characters. We used the amazing Whoopi Goldberg. I got to work with all these people. That was really. Kevin Smith did a voice. So I got to actually record all these big actors redoing all this dialogue for this movie using Americanized dialogue that I had written. Anyway, they started advertising the movie and they were showing clips from the movie in the theaters. They didn't say my name, but they said from the creator of The Fairly Odd Parents in the theater. That was kind of fun. Oh, and I forgot to tell you this. I'd finished my job. They took the movie from me. The Weinstein Company took the movie from me and they rewrote it even more. Again, they couldn't change it or edit it. So whoever got the job from me had to do the same thing I did. And so the movie got changed even more. When I finally saw the movie, when it finally came out, it was one of the most unpleasant experiences of my life because it wasn't anything. I think there were 2 lines of dialogue that I had written and they added all of these fart jokes in there. I don't know why. None of those are mine. I see the movie now. I've only seen it like twice. It was weird. I saw it once in the theater and then I saw it. I was in Haiti of all places. I was in Haiti in the airport. It was on the television in Haiti. Don't ask me how. When people say that I did the movie Doogal and then they see the movie, I really hope they understand that I really kind of had very little to do with it. I'm not making this video to make excuses or to, get mad at anybody. I just think it's funny that my one big theatrical movie animation experience was Doogal. So I just want you guys to know, if you do see the movie, I am capable of far better. You can look at Fairly Odd Parents, Danny Phantom, any of the TV movies we've done. Even the Fairly Odd Parents live action movies are a far better example of what I'm capable of when it comes to doing movies. A lot of you out there have probably seen the Fairly Odd Parents movies, the live action movies. You probably like those, but you might think those could have been better as well. There's all kinds of reasons movies are the way they are. Anyway, that's my movie experience about Doogal. What did you guys think of Doogal? I know you probably don't like it. If you did, that's great, but I didn't even get a chance to design the characters or anything. It was like, these are jobs in Hollywood that you get. When you guys come out to Hollywood, you might be assigned a project that you're not really excited about, but you still got to make it exciting for you, because that's the only way you'll get through it. I had to make this project exciting for myself every single day. I had to sit there. I remember we went on a cruise ship with my family and they'd be out in the sun and I would be in the stateroom in my cabin working on this movie. I had a little DVD player. I'd watch the movie, 3 or 4 lines. I'd stop and then rewrite the dialogue. Watch the movie, rewrite the dialogue as my family's having fun on the cruise ship. So, it was a very interesting experience, to say the least. But anyway, this is what happens. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of this story? Do you want to hear more stories about my adventures in Hollywood? Let me know down in the comment section below. Also, let me know what you thought of Doogal. I'm sure I already know, but if you liked it, let me know too. What other stories of mine do you want to hear that I've done, projects I've worked on in Hollywood? Let me know. I would love to tell them to you because they are very, very interesting. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to get my book on Amazon, Butch Hartman Sketchbook, #1. It's got a lot of very cool sketches from my sketchbooks over the years. There's some in there. There are none of Doogal, sadly, but hey, you can find those on the internet. But I do have a couple other animation movie stories that I've actually sold, animated movies. I've sold scripts, I've sold concepts. They almost got made, they haven't been made, but I think you guys might want to see those too, so let me know down in the comment section below. Okay guys, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hang in there. You guys can do it. Always have those ideas at the ready too. Don't forget, art gives you power. Use it wisely. Hey Heart fans, subscribe here to keep up with me, Danny, Timmy, Dudley, Bunsen, and the NOOG Network, my new app full of cartoons, shows, and games. Download it here. Click over here to watch my most recent video, and here to start a playlist related to this video. Whoa, check out that awesome fan art. To be featured here, use #HeartFanArt and tag me. I'm on every social media platform known to man. Cartoon Butch out. Pencil drop.